Hello, I'm Harry Flaky. Remember, you don't have to, and welcome back to another reading of Painted Clear, my Beauty and the Beast retelling. Chapter 11, Tale of Olden Time. Stella and Harry were bonding fast. She was even allowed in Harry's room, just as long as she didn't touch the rose. Stella was poking around the room when she saw two circles with a wire attached to each one in the middle. Each circle had a button in the middle and a strap underneath. "Those are my mega zappers," she heard from behind. Stella turned to see Harry's smiling face. "What do they do?" Stella asked. "In my circus days, my performers used them to zap each other. They would wear gloves, and once one touched the other, the person being zapped would receive a huge electric charge surge through their body, and immediately I used to use them to punish my performers if they misbehaved." Harry looked down in shame and scratched the back of his head. "Other performers?" Stella wondered aloud. "Well, long story short, they left me up in the circus house was cursed. Marty, Monty, and Jack were the only ones who stayed. The only ones who saw through me besides you." Harry brushed Stella's cheek with his hand. Stella gave a small smile and took Harry's hand in hers. She was about to say something when they heard a knock on Harry's bedroom door. Stella said, "Come in," but Harry was quite annoyed that someone had ruined their moment together. In came Jack the strong man. "Dinner is ready, master," he informed. Harry rolled his eyes and said, "Come in." And once Jack had left, he and Stella went downstairs to get dinner. Once they had arrived in the dining room, they sat down, and Marty and Monty were carrying two plates for themselves. Jack was carrying one for Stella and the other for Harry, and he went back to get one for himself. Lasagna, my favourite," Stella started, taking her knife and fork. The five started eating, and Stella noticed that Harry was observing her and the other circus performers and copying the way they were eating. Once they were done, the pair went to the library and sat down on a big sofa. Harry had his new book in his hand, and he opened it. "I can't wait to read this to you," he told her, and started reading. He tried reading the first page. There was much. Harry was struggling to read it. "I can't do it," he sighed. "You never learned to read?" Stella questioned sympathetically. "I have. It's just been a long time since I've read a book. That's why we rarely use the library." Stella chuckled. "Well, let me help you." She took the book and started to read, and Harry leaned over her shoulder to see the words. Harry and Stella started taking turns in reading. "You're getting there," Stella encouraged, and Harry beamed with delight. Harry was in his room, getting dressed in a fancy blue tux, and Monty was combing his hair. "Tonight's the big night, Master," Monty stated. Harry was still wet after he had come out from his shower. "Tonight's the night you finally break the spell and get Stella to fall for you. I can't, Harry said nervously. Well, you can't back down now. You have to be strong about it, to keep calm and tell her how you feel. Harry closed his eyes. Keep calm and tell her how I feel. Harry went into the empty big top and saw Stella. She had been told by Jack to get herself ready for a special night. She was dressed in a yellow dress and went up to Harry. Stella smiled and Harry held out his hand. Stella took his hand and rested her right one on Harry's left arm. They were both a little scared at first, and neither of them were prepared for this. But they got the confidence to start dancing, and Stella showed Harry her slow dancing moves. They swung around the room, and the circus performers watched in awe and pride. Look at that boy, Jack muttered. Marty put his arm around Monty and they held each other close. It's a tale of olden time, Monty muttered. Harry looked over for support for his performance family and they silently started cheering him on. Harry and Stella continued to dance and they didn't even hear the door open. Sorry I'm late, Lorna said frantically. I got caught up in some stuff and She stopped when she saw her sister dancing with the clown who had kidnapped her. She suddenly walked up in awe at the sight, her mouth slowly dropping open. Lorna was about to say something, but felt a heavy hand on her shoulder. She looked over to see Jack. You'd better go, miss, he said quietly. Don't ruin the moment between those two. He pointed at Harry and Stella as they danced. Lorna nodded and just stayed in the background, watching her sister dance with Harry. And then she thought, maybe he wasn't so bad after all. She slowly backed away as the two stopped dancing, and she quietly left the castle. Lorna was about to go back to Buckingham when she suddenly heard footsteps, and before she could turn around, she felt a sharp bang on her head before she was knocked out. Meanwhile, Harry and Stella were on the balcony of one of the rooms. Harry liked to call it the West Wing. They watched the night sky and Harry turned to Stella before asking, Stella, are you happy with me? With us? Stella thought for a moment before speaking. Why, yes, of course I am. She then hesitated before asking, Harry, what was your life like before you became a clown? What was your childhood like? Harry was taken aback by this, but he relented and spoke. Well, my mother was a nice woman. She was kind to me. But my father, he was awful. He wanted me to become a circus ringleader. He used to beat me if I told him no. I wanted to become a doctor. But the fact, Hans, that was his real name. Hans beat those ideas out of me head. And for a long time, I thought being cruel was the only way to survive in life. And so I fulfilled Hans' dreams after he died, because his cruel words never left me head. You're nothing without me, and you're just a ringleader. Same as me. Monty and Jack were the only people keeping me from offing myself. They cared for me, and now I regret being horrible to them. My mother died at the hands of Hans, and I killed him as revenge. But I was still a ringleader, because he convinced me that I'd be nothing but that. Stella rested her hand on his. I'm so sorry. Harry looked at her and gave her a sad smile. No need to be sorry. You're lucky, you know. You have an amazing sister and two wonderful parents who gave you the luxury life you deserve. Stella looked downcast. Her parents died, she confessed. Harry suddenly looked guilty. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Stella shrugged. No, it's fine. I understand what you were saying. I just wish I could. Then she spotted a little bracelet on Harry's arm. It read, Logan. Who's Logan? Stella asked. Harry looked at his bracelet, then looked at her. That's my surname, he confessed, shrugging. Stella then looked sad. What's wrong? Harry asked, placing a hand on Stella's shoulder. I wish I could see how Buckingham Palace is doing. I miss the servants, and I miss Jeremiah. Harry thought for a moment. There is no way you could see how he's doing, he told her. Harry stood up and took Stella's hand. Follow me, he instructed. Harry took Stella to his room, and they quietly went inside. They went over to Harry's bedside table, and Harry took his magic mirror. Here, use this, he said. It'll allow you to see anything you want. Stella took the mirror and said aloud, I'd like to see Buckingham Palace, please. Suddenly, the mirror glowed and it showed Jeremiah talking to the servants. And then it cut to Lorna tied up in the old tower. She was squirming from the rope that held her. Stella gasped. Oh my God! Lorna's in trouble! She exclaimed. She then turned to Harry and said, I have to go to her. Something awful must have happened. Harry thought about it. He then looked at the blue rose. He remembered reading the Beauty and the Beast story and how the protagonist Belle had been held captive by the Beast. He even thought she had gained Stockholm Syndrome. So with a painful sigh, he said, Then you must go to her. What did you say? Stella asked in surprise. Harry knew he didn't want to say it again, but he said quietly, Your sister needs you. Go back to your home. Go back to her. Stella didn't believe it, so she said in almost a whisper, Thank you. Then she couldn't help it. She ran forward and hugged Harry. He was taken aback at first. No one, not even his performance, had hugged him before. But slowly he slipped his arms around Stella's waist and hugged her back, trying not to cry. Once they had pulled back, Harry grabbed his Meghan's nippers and gave them to Stella. Yeah, take these. They always have a way of remembering me. And this. Harry took his new book and gave it to Stella. This is for remembrance too. Stella strapped the electric zappers around her hands and placed some white gloves on that she had in her pocket. so no one would see them. Then she looked up at Harry and brushed his cheek gently. "Thank you for understanding how much the palace needs me," she said to Harry. Then she backed away with the book and ran back to the palace. Harry watched from the window, and Stella ran through the forest and let out a roar of anguish and pain. Chapter 12. A shocking reveal. Stella ran through the forest. She hadn't taken Belle with her when she had to rescue Lorna and take her place, so she ran through the forest as she heard a loud roar from behind. Once she had gotten to the palace, she was all puffed out. She panted as she walked towards the palace. Stella then saw Prince Jeremiah about to go inside, so she called out, "Wait!" Jeremiah turned round and quickly ran towards Stella. She was about to collapse from exhaustion when Jeremiah caught her. "What happened?" He asked. "I just came back from Harry's house," she told him through deep breaths. "That horrible clown monster?" Jeremiah asked in bewilderment. "He's not a monster. He's nice and sweet, and I love him. But not as much as I love you." She giggled at the last part. Prince Jeremiah smirked and took Stella around the waist. "Come with me. I'll take you to the living room and make some tea," he told her. Jeremiah guided Stella inside, and they walked towards the living room. Jeremiah turned on the lights, sat Stella on a comfy sofa before going to the kitchen and made himself some tea. Stella waited a couple of minutes, and Jeremiah came back in with a tea tray and 2 cups, a jug of milk, a small bowl of sugar, and a teapot. "I've already made yours," Jeremiah told Stella. He rested the tray on the table and took his cup. He nudged Stella's cup towards her, and she took it before drinking it. It tasted strange, somehow. Stella brushed it off, and Jeremiah forgetting to put sugar in the tea. "So, how's your time with the monster? Harry?" Jeremiah asked as he took a sip of his own tea. Stella shrugged. "He didn't treat me at all that badly. Lorna and I got on really well with him. Speaking of which, where is she?" She asked, taking another sip. She suddenly felt drowsy. Stella could swear that Jeremiah was sweating, but he pressed on. I don't know." Stella knew he was lying, so she tested him. "Jeremiah, do you love me?" Jeremiah just stood up and came towards Stella. He leaned forward and kissed her. "I do," he told her, "but not enough to let you live." What? What? Stella exclaimed. Lucy suddenly felt dizzy and found herself passing out on the sofa. Stella woke up a few hours later. She felt something cold on her left wrist and realized that she had been handcuffed to the bed. But she was on a wooden floor. She looked around in terror and realized that she was in her bedroom. Jeremiah was looming over her. "Jeremiah?" Stella questioned in bewilderment. Jeremiah looked down at her. "Yes, that's right. I've been wanting to do this for a long time now," he confessed bluntly. Why are you doing this?" Stella demanded, shocked at the betrayal. Why? Jeremiah growled. kicking Stella in the ribs, making Stella scream in pain. I'll tell you why, you little slut, you little snot. I've been wanting to become king for a while now. But if I had to wait in line in my own kingdom, I would have to wait a very long time. But then I met you, and I knew you had feelings for me, so I knew I could use you to become king. You see, my original plan was to marry into the kingdom. But then you idiotically showed me that circus house. So I originally planned your kidnapping. And I would save the day, rescue you and Lorna, and marry you. Jeremiah gave a disgusted look, but then you ruined it by returning here. Jeremiah crouched down to Stella's height. On the bright side, though, I've been earning the kingdom's trust while I've been away. So the only thing I can do now to say that you died at the hands of the clown monster and save everyone from a terrible fate. Jeremiah took a little purple bottle out of his pocket. This is what I used to poison your parents. And I just put it in your tea. You'll be with your parents soon enough. And what about Lorna? Stella asked fiercely. Did you poison her too? Jeremiah chuckled. Oh no. She's all locked up in that old Tower of London. Jeremiah stood up and walked out of the room. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a meeting to gather. Maybe I'll have fun with the two of you later. He giggled. Jeremiah turned around and smiled. I know it's sad, but hey, no one ever said all princes had to be sweet and charming when they could just look the part. Goodbye, Stella. And then Jeremiah slammed and locked the door. Stella couldn't believe this. She had been fooled by Jeremiah's good looks. She had been betrayed by the person she trusted most. She tried to pull away from the handcuffs, but it was no use. Meanwhile, Jeremiah was wandering through the hallway. He pretended to look sad when he saw a guard walking towards him. Jeremiah, what's wrong? The guard asked. Jeremiah bowed his head. Princess Stella is dead. The guard gasped. What happened? Jeremiah looked at the guard with a fake serious expression. She died at the hands of a monster. Gather everyone in the castle and meet me in the Great Hall. I'll explain everything. Once everyone was in the Great Hall, Jeremiah walked up to the front and cleared his throat. I have some terrible news, he told everyone with a false sad tone. Princess Stella is dead. Everyone in the room gasped, and she died at the hands of a monster, Jeremiah continued. She was kidnapped by a monster, a clown creature who lives in a big circus house in the woods. How do you know about the monster? Snevin asked. She showed it to me. Then she was kidnapped. I tried to rescue her, but she died in my arms. Everyone muttered to each other. So, we must take this monster down, Jeremiah announced. Grab your torches and guns. We must take this creature down the old-fashioned way. Everyone roared in agreement and dispersed. Jeremiah walked down the hall and chuckled to himself. He grabbed his sword that he kept on his table and was ready for battle. Well, that's all I have for the moment. I hope you all enjoyed that. I don't know when the next part will be released, but hopefully you all enjoyed that. You might be able to tell there might have been a bit of stuttering, here and there. That's because this book is chock full of grammatical errors that I neglected to notice when I first wrote it, and that's why in some parts it might feel like I've been put off, and it might feel like I've been stuttering a bit and stopping in places. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed that. I can't believe it's nearly been 3 years since this story was first released. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed that, and I will see you next time on Harry Flick TV. Remember, you don't have to.